Hello everyone. Good evening. I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring, one of the pioneer institutions based in Sydney that has been helping more than 12,000 students to achieve their desired scores in OET, IELTS, and PTE academic examinations since 2008. In today's video, I'm going to assess one of the letters written by my physiotherapy student and provides the word by word feedback along with its expected score. Let me go through the letter now. So the student has written down Mr. Johnny Rahman, the Heidelberg Physiotherapy Center, Brick Road, Heidelberg, Victoria 3084. This Vic 3084 could have been written down in the next line. This is just a suggestion only. That's not a grammar mistake. So Victoria 3084 could have been, please move this to the next line. Okay, this is just a recommendation only. There is no grammar mistake. All right, and he has written down the date. That's okay. I mean, 25 March 2009. That's all right. And then, dear Mr. Ramon. So he has written down the addressee's surname here. I'm very happy with that. And then the reference details of the patient. Okay, he has written down regarding Mr. Evan Millar, DOB 14/7/1980. So DOB needs to be replaced with the date of birth. You need to always remember one thing, that no abbreviations should be used in your letter. So you should write down date of birth. That's the correct way of writing down the words. All right, I'm writing to refer Mr. Evan Millar into your care for ongoing physiotherapy treatment. In this case, he has written down the full name of the patient in the introduction paragraph, which is not needed because he has already represented the full name of the patient in the reference details itself. So he could have used just the surname of the patient because the patient is an adult. So you could have written down, instead of writing down Mr. Evan Millar, you could have written down Mr. Millar, okay, in the introduction paragraph. All right, let me write it down. Otherwise, you shouldn't change it in the reference details. Okay, so in the introduction paragraph, you could have written down Mr. Millar. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Mr. Millar is a forklifts driver. Okay, so don't use forklifts driver. It's not the forklifts driver, but forklift driver. So forklifts driver, that's wrong. It's actually a forklift driver. Okay, and it has got two words as well. That's another issue because forklift, sorry, it should be F-O-R-K. It's a forklift. It's one word only, but it has got F-O-R-K. So forklift is different from forklift. Okay, so the way you have written down is incorrect. It doesn't have the correct spelling. All right, let's go to the next one. At a warehouse, that's okay. And admitted to our hospital on 22/2009. Well, 22/2009. Okay, so what you could have done is you could have mentioned the 20 February and then the other one is and was admitted. You can't use and admitted. That's not correct. Okay, and admitted is not correct. You have to use and was admitted. That's the correct one. And then do not write down 20/02/2000. Sorry, whatever it is. Let me say 2009. Instead of that, you could have mentioned 20 February and you don't need to use the year. The reason is that the year is going to be the same as that of the letter of writing, and as a result you don't need to mention the year again and again. You can just mention 20 February, that's okay. However, he was being discharged to our hospital after 1 month of treatment at Royal Melbourne Hospital following an accident at workplace. Okay, let's say, so what he has written down here, he has written down Mr. Millar is a forklift driver at a warehouse and was admitted to our hospital on 20/02/2009. Okay, however, he was being discharged to our hospital after 1 month of treatment at this particular hospital after following an accident at workplace. This is wrong. Okay, he was being discharged to our hospital after 1 month of treatment at at Royal Melbourne Hospital following an accident at workplace. So in this case, there are a couple of mistakes. Okay, let me go through them. One is at workplace, at work and then place. That's wrong. They need to go together. Workplace is one word only. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is after 1 month of treatment. No, after 1 month treatment. That's it. So what you could have done is 1 month of treatment could have been changed to after 1 month and then treatment. That could have been much better. Okay, so you don't need to use 1 month of treatment. That's wrong. Okay. So, however, he was being discharged to our hospital after 1 month treatment at Royal Melbourne Hospital following an accident at workplace. So everything else is all good. When Mr. Miller presented to me on the following day of admission, he was complaining of weakness in his right side of the body. That's okay, good. On examination, he has had blurred vision with the memory loss. Okay, that's fine. In addition, muscles of the right side of the forearm and hand were spastic accompanied. Okay, this is spelling mistake. Look at this. It's ACCOMPAIND. That's wrong. It's actually accompanied. That's what he has written down, but it is accompanied. Okay. All right. Let me write it down here. It's accompanied. Accompanied. Okay. That's sorry. Accompanied. That's the correct one. So accompanied with numbness in the right side of the face. As such, he was unable to wink his right eye. Okay, good. All right, that's fine. So right side of the face, that's okay. As such, he was unable to. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go to the next one. Mr. Miller was treated with the myofascial release myofascial release techniques in order to alleviate the spasm of the right arm. That's okay. At this stage, cranial sacral therapy was planned in order to restore fine motor speed and visual spatial skills. Yeah, this is good. I'm happy with that. On review today, Mr. Miller's previous symptoms have improved and now he can walk independently. That's wrong. Independently. So the spelling is wrong. Okay, let me write it down. Independently. That's what you have written, but that's wrong. It's actually independently. Okay. Independently. Moreover, okay, moreover needs to be removed. Moreover needs to be replaced with something else. Maybe you could have used apart from that. Okay. Apart from that, comma. Okay. All right. So moreover should have been replaced with apart from that. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Moreover, tightness in the right hand has also reduced. Tightness in the right hand has also reduced. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Miller will be discharged today after a conference with the speech and occupational therapists. Okay, after a conference with the speech and occupational therapists. That's good. He has to continue. No, this is wrong. He has to continue. Instead of using these kinds of informal phrases, it's better to use other formal ones. For example, he requires to be continued. Okay, he requires to continue. Okay, so that's much better. Or it is really important to continue something. Okay, that could have been much better as well. To continue physiotherapy on weekly basis. That's wrong. Whenever you have to write down basis, okay, you have to use always a before that. Okay, on weekly basis. That's wrong. It must be on. Sorry. It must be on a weekly basis. On a weekly basis. That could have been much better. All right, let's go to the next one. And he would love to resume driving. That's all right. I'm happy with that. I would appreciate it if you could take over is further physiotherapy management. That's good. I'm happy with that. Should you have any queries, please feel free to ask me. Okay. Instead of writing down some of the informal phrases, it's better to use the ones that I'm going to share with you. Okay. If you have any queries, this can be replaced with the questions. That's one of the major things. You need to ensure that you write a formal letter, because it's always formal. Writing is always formal, and as a result you should avoid using the impolite words, the words that look rude. Okay. All right, so in this case, should you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Instead of saying ask me, please feel free to ask me. Okay, instead of this you could have used, please do not hesitate to contact me. Do not hesitate to contact me. This could have been much better. All right, and let's go to the next one. Yours sincerely, comma, that's good, physiotherapist. You have to use the physiotherapist. Instead of writing down physiotherapist, you could have written down the physiotherapist. Okay, so these are the mistakes you have committed. Let me go through the assessment now. So the assessment is grammar needs to be improved a lot because you have committed many grammatical mistakes and they need to be addressed as soon as possible. That's one thing. And then use of informal expressions needs to be avoided as well. It's not good to use the informal expressions. For example, feel free to ask me and so on. It's not good. You need to use the spelling of words correctly. You have committed a lot of spelling mistakes. Look at these things: accompanied, and then independently, and so on. And then the forklift. Okay, that's also wrong. Okay, the next one is expansion. Okay, so you need to expand. You need to expand all the abbreviations in your letter. Remember that abbreviations are not allowed. They actually make a letter more informal. As a result, you need to expand all the abbreviations. Okay, you need to expand all the abbreviations in your letter. All right. Connectivity could have been better with the use of formal linking phrases. It's important that you use formal linking phrases instead of using the informal ones. Okay. And what else? Yeah, so some of the words look informal, very informal, so that needs to be avoided. And the other thing is the use of nouns and verbs could have been better as well. So use of nouns, verbs, and punctuation marks could have been better. The organization of ideas is excellent. I'm very happy with the way that you have organized presentation features, presentation and layout features. Layout features are good enough. Well done, you have done a good job. And yeah, what else? Overall task fulfillment could have been a bit better. Could have been better. Let me go through to see if you have included all the relevant case notes or not, and then I'll provide you the expected score. Okay. All right, let me go through the case notes now. Okay. So these are the case notes for this particular patient. Okay. Read the case notes below and complete the writing task which follows. So these are the case notes for a physiotherapist. Okay. Patient to be discharged from Heidelberg Rehabilitation Hospital today following a work accident. Okay. Patient's details are Evan Millar, DOB, 14 July 1980, forklift driver. Look at this, forklift. You didn't write down the spelling of the word, which is not good. Please be careful about this, okay? And then lives with a flatmate single. It's not needed, and you haven't included in your letter, which is good. I'm very happy for you. And then admitted to Royal Melbourne Hospital, A&D, and then had sustained a work accident, crushed under a forklift truck. Okay. And then 20 February 2009, discharged to Heidelberg Rehabilitation Hospital. That's good. And then 21 February 2009, physiotherapist assessment, cognitive, memory difficulties, blood vision, losses balance with ambience distraction, distracted by auditory and visual stimuli. Okay, and then physio or ambulant, balance disturbances, or side weakness, or side facial numbness, or dominant, unable to wink, tightening of or forearm and hand, slow fine motor activity. That's good. Care plan: improve balance and ambulation, improve fine and gross upper extremity function, increase fitness, and improve sleep patterns. I think you haven't included a couple of these things in your case notes, which is not good. Therapy is myofascial release and movement. That's all right. And then plan is cranial sacral therapy, sleep, fine motor speed, and visually spatial skills, incorporating movement. That's fine. So these things were already included. That's good. I'm very happy for that. 25 March 2009, physiotherapist assessment, improved balance, patient with outside walks outside, reduced tightness in our hand, and so on. And then the plan is increase fitness and stamina, introduction of keyboard, medication for sleep to be phased out. And then the discharge is conference with the speed therapist and OT and medical staff. Okay, staff prior to discharge, then refer to community physio for weekly and then monthly treatment. So he didn't include the monthly treatment after that. That's not good. To live with the parents, patients wishes to resume driving. That's okay, because that comes under the physiotherapy anyway. So using the information in the case notes, write a letter of referral to Mr. Johnny Ramon, the Heidelberg Physiotherapy Center, Brick Road, Heidelberg, Victoria 3084. In your answer, expand the relevant case notes into sentences. Do not use note form. Body of the letter should be approximately 200 words. Use correct letter format. Okay, you haven't included a few case notes, as I have already mentioned, and then monthly treatment that needs to be mentioned, and then a couple of things previously weren't mentioned as well. So you haven't included a few relevant case notes, which is not good. Okay, so it's gonna affect your score, and as a result, you will not get your desired scores. So some case notes were not included in your letter. Okay, so okay, looking at the severity. Okay, let me go through the closer look at the severity of your mistakes and the number of mistakes. Okay, so a couple of things could have been recommendations only, but most of them are the problems with the selection of words, grammar, selection of connecting phrases, and then use of informal phrases, which is not good. But apart from that, this letter sounds good. To me, this one sounds like 280 out of 500 graded letter. This one sounds like a C grade letter. It could be very close to C plus, but the reason is that he has committed a lot of grammatical mistakes, and as a result, this letter is able to get only C grade. I hope my assessment is helpful. If you love this assessment, you can hit a like tab. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you would like to get regular notifications. I'm planning to upload more and more videos in relation to a range of occupations, including pharmacist, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, dentist, and doctors. So your comments are highly recommended. If you leave, the positive comments on the ways I can improve the quality of my video, that would be of great help. I wish you good luck with your practice, and with continuous practice and dedication, everyone would be able to achieve their desired scores. Trust me. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day. Take care.